Welcome to BFM's 3 p.m. News. I am your presenter, Narissa Bostwick. First off, on the local scene. The Pan American Health Organization and World Health Organization, PAHO WHO representative for Barbados and the Eastern Caribbean, Dr. Amalia Del Rigo Abreu, visited St. Vincent and the Grenadines and paid a courtesy call on the Honorable Frederick Stevenson, Minister of Foreign Affairs, Foreign Trade and Consumer Affairs, last Friday, November 14th. Minister Stevenson was accompanied by Mr. Sandy Peters Phillips, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Foreign Trade and Consumer Affairs, Mrs. Okola John Patrick, Director of Foreign Trade, and Ms. Aliaka Jones, Senior Foreign Service Officer. The meeting concluded with a shared commitment to continued collaboration in support of the sustainable development of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Foreign Trade and Consumer Affairs says it looks forward to strengthening its engagement with PAHO WHO to advance the health and well-being of the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The St. Vincent and the Grenadines Community College, SVGCC, has expressed profound gratitude to the Food and Agriculture Organization, FAO, for its generosity and ongoing support, which have been instrumental in facilitating the introduction of a hydroponic system into the agriculture program at the Division of Technical and Vocational Education, DTVE. This partnership marks a significant milestone for the SVGCC, strengthening the college's capacity to deliver practical, hands-on training in modern, sustainable food production methods. By incorporating hydroponics into the curriculum, the Division of Technical and Vocational Education is equipping students with the skills and knowledge necessary for careers in advanced agriculture and agro-entrepreneurship. This initiative will empower students to drive innovation within the agricultural sector and meet the evolving demands of the industry. Beyond the classroom, the implementation of the hydroponic system supports the college's strategic pillar of community engagement. The SVGCC aims to improve local productivity and resilience by making training in innovative agricultural practices more accessible, exposing both students and community members to advanced techniques to help build a more robust and sustainable local food system. Looking ahead, at the SVGCC DTVE is committed to deepening its collaboration with the FAO, guided by its forward-thinking vision and a focus on agricultural innovation. This partnership is expected to further advance agricultural education and support the development of a food-secure future for St. Vincent and the Grenadines, said Dr. J. Lafern Brown, Dean of the Division of Technical and Vocational Education. Sandals Foundation has commenced the distribution of prescription glasses to persons who were tested in August this year. The one-week eye care clinic was hosted by the Sandals Foundation in partnership with Great Shape Inc. and the Ministry of Health, Wellness and the Environment. Starting today, November 18th to Thursday, November 20th, persons may visit the Kingston Baptist Church from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. daily to collect their prescription glasses. In August, more than 2,300 persons received free eye exams, health screenings, medications, pathology referrals, PRP laser treatments, reading, sun and prescription, and glasses at the inaugural Great Shape Eye Care Clinic. Patients who were confirmed as needing special prescription glasses were issued a dated ticket for collection. Persons are required to take along their ID and the ticket they received in August. If the ticket was misplaced, a valid form of ID will be accepted. To ensure a smooth and organized process, distribution is being done alphabetically by surname. Today was for surnames A to F, tomorrow, November 19th, will be for surnames G to O, and Thursday, November 20th, for surnames P to Z. On to regional news. For the year so far, the Guyana Police Force, GDF, has charged 302 persons and seized 233 kilograms of cocaine and 861 kilograms of cannabis. The figures represent a drastic increase of cocaine seizures when compared to last year, but a drop in cannabis confiscation. For the same period last year, just 6 kilograms of cocaine and 1,456 kilograms of cannabis were seized, respectively. Of those charged, 244 were for cannabis-related offenses, while 58 were charged with cocaine possession. According to Newsroom Guyana, Crime Chief Wendell Blanham recently made this disclosure at the launch of the force's Christmas policing plan. The operations also led to the eradication of 208 acres of cannabis farms, underscoring a major crackdown on drug trafficking and possession across the country. Blanham noted that Guyana remains a key transshipment point for cocaine, prompting intensified enforcement at checkpoints and strategic locations across the country. Trinidad and Tobago's Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar has expanded her government's clampdown on noise pollution, ordering an immediate halt to fetes at the Hasely Crawford Stadium and the Jean-Pierre Complex except during the defined carnival window. In a post on her official social media accounts today, Persad-Bissessar said she instructed the Attorney General and the Minister of Sport on Monday to impose the restriction, with exceptions only from the Thursday before Carnival Monday and the Tuesday until the Saturday after. She said all fetes and the parties at Ministry of Sport facilities must now begin no earlier than 12 p.m. and end at 10 p.m., and that the National Carnival Commission has been directed to hire acoustic engineers to redesign sound systems to minimize noise and vibrations for nearby communities. The announcement follows last week's decision to stop all fetes at the Brian Lara Cricket Academy, a venue that has hosted some of the country's largest carnival events. Persad-Bissessar said the Brian Lara Cricket Academy ban was necessary because the noise had become unbearable for residents and that noise pollution and its impact on communities had been ignored for too long. Prime Minister Persad-Bissessar stated that her government remains committed to balancing cultural preservation with community well-being while safeguarding the peace of citizens. And finally in the news at this hour, U.S. lawmakers are expected to vote today for the release of the government records on sex offender Jeffrey Epstein in defiance of President Donald Trump's attempts to keep a lid on one of the country's most notorious scandals. After months of resistance, behind-the-scenes pressure, and frenzied lobbying against making the material public, Donald Trump threw in the towel on Sunday as it became clear that much of the Republican Party in Congress was poised to defy him. The House of Representatives now looks all but certain to approve the Epstein Files Transparency Act, compelling publication of unclassified documents detailing the investigation into the disgraced financier's operations and the 2019 death in custody ruled a suicide. Lawmakers say the public deserves answers in a case with over 1,000 alleged victims. President Trump says the files will expose powerful Democrats' connections to Epstein, but the Republican president himself faces uncomfortable scrutiny over his years-long friendship with a man alleged to have supplied rich and influential men with underage women. And this has been WFM's 3 p.m. News. I have been your presenter, Narissa Bostwick. Our next newscast will be presented at 5:30 p.m. Be sure to join us then.